have a guest tonight, so I'm excited about that, about the solar panels. So we need a motion to sign the warrants.
Motion to sign the warrants.
Second?
I will second.
All in favor?
Second.
Aye. Say nay if you oppose, otherwise it's an aye. Thank you all for coming in. I see that you all came in and signed, so thank you. I'm actually
While Carol's
remembering this.
flipping pages, can I make a motion to approve the minutes of January 20th, 2020 as written?
I will second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hearing no objections, all voted aye. There are 4 warrant pages, just so when you come in. All right, next. Old business, tax acquired property update. Well, I was I don't know, Dan, were you there when I was telling Jason about it?
No, but I did get a copy and was reading what we've come up with.
Yes, and I read it as well, and I am in full agreement with what she did. She did an outstanding legal job of putting in our wishes into legalese so that people realize that when they propose a particular development on the property, that it will be incorporated in the purchase and sale agreement, and that they must adhere to the timelines and what they're doing.
That's perfect.
Yeah, no, I like it. It was very, very simple, where it stated simply that the town can either accept or reject, but part of that also is an agreement as to what's being done, so.
I think it's
well
great.
done. Yep.
Yes, very happy
Best
about
interest
it.
as well the right to negotiate with any bidder or proposer, so I thought it was very nice, so
Yes.
thank you to.
The only thing that has to be changed on that is the time that it, she had here Wednesday, March 3rd, but the bids actually have to go until March 17th, which would be the luck of the Irish. St. Patty's Day, we're gonna open the bids.
Or it could be the Ides of March, right?
That's true. Well, we need a motion, Jason would like to reserve. What happened? Jason would like to reserve, an opportunity to review those papers, but I believe he's willing to vote,
Oh, yeah,
yes,
no, I'm good.
provided he can look at them himself.
I read a little on my email, but I'd rather have the whole copy, but
Sure.
from what I've seen, from what we talked about, I'm very confident in it. And I trust
So,
in it.
I believe that, we have time for you. If you can get in and get those papers by Friday and look at them over the weekend, I think Renee has, do you not have till Monday to get that in the paper?
Oh, yeah, we've got till next week.
Okay, so if you wouldn't mind reviewing those over the weekend, Jason, and then getting back to Renee, I'll make a tentative motion that we accept the, bid package as written by our attorney for the property on, the county road. Not sure it says right here, tax map 18, lot 59,
Main Street.
Main Street. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? So it's contingent on, and I hear no objections, so it passes. So, Sonia as well, if you want to take paperwork home and,
She already had hers. I have mine in front of me.
okay, so Jason, just, Renee, can you get him a packet so he can review it and he'll pick it up? I can drop it off at McFadden's for you if you want me to.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Jason, do you want me to do that?
Is this
Okay,
packet?
I'll drop it off. I can should pick it up over there. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty, what else? Oh, so now to the good part. No, sewer abatement. Oh, one more before we get to solar panels. We have a sewer abatement, let's see where it is. It's in our packet here somewhere. Okay, here, I've got it. It's for sewer account number 504900. It's for
Water leak.
2 bills. One is for $286.88 and the other is for $162.08. I believe the story is that this particular account was overbilled. It almost doubled the amount they normally get because there was a leak in the water, which is supposedly fixed. So in the next quarter, when the bill comes out, it should reflect the normal amount. So this is above and beyond what they normally get billed, around $200, and they got a bill for like $485, and 390, so
Wow.
this is where the abatement's coming in. So I suggest we go ahead and approve those two abatements.
I will make a motion, we approve both abatements.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Hearing no objections, we'll pass the abatement, and that needs to be signed.
Carol,
Yes,
I'm gonna abstain from that.
you're abstaining?
Yep,
Okay, so that's three, thank you for that, Sonia. So that's three ayes and one abstain, and relation or whatever,
yep.
that's fine. Happens in a small town. All right, so now to Next Sam Solar. Is he on?
Hello.
Yay.
Hi.
Okay, we're waiting with bated breath. Here, I heard you come out on a snow day and everything to stomp around on the property.
Yeah, it was a beautiful day. So yeah, I mean, happy to take any questions. I sent our initial design, based on a very high level overview of some of the wetlands and topography and our quick site visit out there. And as I said, the solar footprint comes up to about 17 acres, which in terms of size is just under 5 megawatts AC, which is the limit that we can do according to the state rules. So we just about maxed out on the size under the state program. And obviously it's still a very high level sketch, so I'll kind of put out the disclaimer that that there needs to be more surveys of wetland delineation and research and all that sort of stuff to figure out exactly where the panels could go. But that is sort of our best guess at this point.
Is your company then interested in this particular spot? Thinks that it would work for solar? We drove by one of those. Don't ask me where in Maine, but I know we were on our way on a little, Sunday drive, and we went by this huge solar farm, and I went, oh, that's great, but we don't want to see it from the road.
Right.
So
And
we're trying to keep. So, and they were low to the ground too. The one I went by, they weren't tall, so I imagine some foliage really would cover them up in the front.
Yeah, I mean, they're, the highest point for this type of system that we put in is probably 7.5 or 8 feet high, the highest point of the panel.
But certainly I know from, Henry, from County Road, you're not gonna see anything.
Yeah.
No, you're right, Dan. No, you're totally right.
And
I think we stick to that stipulation, and you can still do it and not see, in the boat from the water or the 189. I think it's a match made in heaven. I mean, it sounds great. It sounds like we keep the integrity of our environment, and we move forward in something that's more environmentally friendly. So I know Dan's on board with this, and I'm sure he's happy I am as well. It's a little hippie left in me, Dan.
Will wonders never
Solar, solar is the only way to go anyway. My opinion, solar and hydro, So, if we were talking a windmill, I'd say probably no way.
I did see that there was an awful lot of windmills put in some graveyards already, and they don't decompose, they don't recycle well. So that was, and we don't really, the water thing there with the fishermen is kind of hard for us. I mean, there's spots, but I'd say that nothing's been done with that property. We keep having ideas, so this sounds like the best one that I've heard, and I'm really glad you came and approached the town. So you have the next step. Do we need to make a motion to give you a go ahead to come up with a more precise proposal for the town? Henry?
I think so. I mean, I don't know how exactly the town wants to do it, but we're happy to put together a more detailed, robust proposal and submit that to the town for consideration.
Well, just to let you know that in August, we have our annual legislative meeting, which is how a select board, town passes important projects.
Mhm.
So I believe that if you took that time frame and had something, really solid that we could provided the select board agreed, hands it out, we would have to, I believe, right, Renee, get the
Yeah.
whole town on board with this?
I would believe it would have to go out for like an RFP, but this land's available and we could get proposals from other solar companies.
Okay. All right, so, all right. Did you explain that to Henry?
Yep. He's familiar.
Oh, okay. Well, then, there you go. Apparently we have to throw it out into the universe and see what comes back. But of course, you'll be on the list of people to do the proposal, and why don't we go ahead with that? I make a motion that we go ahead with doing an RFP for what a solar panel farm, or however it's called, can do with that project, and make it so that we can have some informational meetings before the August meeting.
I will second that.
All in favor? Hearing no objections. Sonia, I think I saw your hand raised.
Yeah.
Hearing no objections, that passes. So we'll try to speed that up. I know, technically, I'm not sure what we need to say in it, but I know that you probably will be a bidder on it, Henry, so I appreciate the preliminary work that you've done. I know we've had other people help us with our safe harbor, which they never want to be excluded from bidding, even though they've had a chance to help with our ideas. So obviously you'll be able to.
And I'm sure, Henry, what certainly is helpful in there, what we discussed out there was, in some of your information you give, anything, regarding how, citizens of the town can take advantage, or what advantages they have through the project, as well as the town itself. So any of those, that information that we discussed like that you can put on that is obviously beneficial.
And I guess that'll have to be in the RFP, that we're looking for proposals for a solar farm that will, one, not be seen by either 189 or the water, two, that it would be beneficial to both the town proper and this individual citizens of the town. I can see, that's really all I can see, a time frame of, when it would be done and what we would get out of that. I think, does that sound like a reasonable RFP, Henry?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's you wanna ask for sort of some more specifics on the equipment itself, sort of what we propose to do in terms of the panels, the inverters, types of equipment. Obviously the track record of the company, their experience in Maine, and the
Maybe
benefits
we
to
could
the.
coordinate. Do you think we could coordinate maybe a scheduled time in in a couple months, that maybe just an opportunity that we can advertise a little bit more, and when they come and speak about it prior to any vote, that there can be. I mean, they could come to a selectmen's meeting like tonight, but
Well,
maybe if you're prepared, maybe to come back with some of the more proposal information and really try to advertise a little more for the town to be involved.
So Dan, what happens with the construction, we have a RFP for a construction assignment that we had what's called a preliminary meeting, where they come and they ask questions. So I think maybe that's what you're talking about.
Yes.
So we can put a very simple RFP where there's where there's some wiggle room as to what we want, and then people can come and ask us questions, and then they can submit a proposal. And it's something like, have you been to one of those, Henry, where you get to pull in prelim, and then you invite 4 or 5 different solar companies or whatever locally that within Maine, I would have to say Maine. Are you a Maine company?
So we have an office in Maine. We're based in Boston as our headquarters. We have an office.
Well, whatever company that takes care, that will be willing to come to Maine, let's put it that way. They don't have to be in Maine as long as they want to work in Maine, because sometimes the biggest problem we have is getting someone to want to deploy, mobilize, and come to Maine. So you've already got an office here, so that would include. And is there a particular publication that you could suggest we should put this in? Is there a trade publication that RFPs go into? I know there's one for the DOT that you put in projects. So I was wondering if there's a.
I can look into that. I know the town of Bucksport just released an RFP for a solar project on their landfill. I don't know
Maybe we
how
can
that.
talk to them.
Yeah,
Maybe
I don't
Renee
know
can
how
get a
they
hold of
got-
Bucksport.
Sorry.
Yeah, Renee, maybe do you think we can call Bucksport and see what, get some information from them?
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
Well, and Carol, what a lot of these companies do too is they'll hire a contractor to build some of it,
Hmm.
so
So it's subcontracted out, right?
sometimes, yeah, I don't know too much about these folks, but I know Kimbrough has done a couple of these solar farms.
Oh, they have.
Yes.
Well, I guess it's all new to us, but doesn't mean we can't do it. We've done new things before that nobody thought we could do, so we can do this too, I'm sure of it. And I really appreciate you steering us in the right direction, Henry. Thank you
Sure.
so much.
Yeah, appreciate your time.
All right then, well, we'll be getting in touch. We'll let you know when that comes out and where it is, so you have an opportunity to bid on the project, and appreciate you coming out. Thank
Okay,
you.
great, sounds good.
Thank you.
Nice to see you again, Henry.
All right, you as well. Thanks.
Hey, annual town meeting date.
Oh, boy.
I know. I think it's gonna be, I think it's gonna have to be August 4th, but it's okay. I've told Ralph he has to make dinner for me for my birthday. It has to be we want it on the Wednesday that we normally have a select board meeting. There's no point in having a separate Wednesday, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's a lucky day. Let's have it that day. Is that good for you guys? That's the first week. It has to be within 45 days of the end of business, which is June 30th. So it has to be done by August 15th, and the next select board meeting would be the 18th. So I said, Renee asked me out about the 4th. I said, that's fine. We'll have, the chicken will be in the oven, and we won't have to have a long meeting. No. What about you, Jason? Is it?
No, it's all good.
So we have the election on the 3rd, and then what time, because it is the summer, we want to have it at 6
6.
or 7?
Oh, yeah, definitely 6.
6. And we are going back to 6 o'clock meetings right after the April 15th, right, Renee?
Yes. Yes,
When we stop having you can't park on the street.
right.
When we lift the snow ban on parking, that's when we go back to 6 o'clock.
Yep.
I'm glad you didn't go out doing your run yesterday, Jason. That was a horrific storm.
Oh, I'll tell you, I started out, and I just want to say a big thank you to our town crew, because
Unbelievable.
I started out and I couldn't see a thing, and those guys to plow in that weather is just phenomenal.
It was awful. Terrible.
And they did a great job.
Geez, I saw a whole fire truck flipped over somewhere I saw on the news. It was very skiddy and dangerous. And of course, we were supposed to get 1 to 3 inches, but that was some 1 to 3 inches, wasn't it? So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Our boys did a great job.
and we've got all 3 back working on plowing it all, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, that's wonderful, because we had some substitutes, and I'm glad, knock on wood, we didn't have too many storms. Well, so if there's no objection, I'll make a motion to have the annual meeting on August 4th.
I'll second
That
that.
sounds good.
And what we do is we have at 5:30 or 5:45, just before it starts, we have the select board meeting. All we have to do that day is sign the warrants.
Yep.
And
And at
accept
5
the
o'clock,
minutes.
at 5 o'clock, isn't Renee doing a little entertainment for us?
Well, she didn't tell me.
Singing.
It's not like it. I think if you're, as long as you're there by 5:30, 5:45, we can just get those two things in before we open up, because people have to come and register if they want to vote and all. And there's Marianne Moores has proposed a bill in the legislature to allow, I don't know if it's going to go anywhere, to allow people who have tax-owned people who own property and pay taxes in Lubec, is trying to get them permission to vote in municipal referendums and municipal issues would be like our town meeting. I don't know if it's gonna go anywhere. There's some pros and cons to both of them, and apparently she's gotten enough complaints from people that pay a lot of taxes and don't have any say. I don't see how that will really work, but you never know. Just to give you a heads up on that. That's going in front of the legislative body that's in session right now. So, I don't think we have any committee updates. Do we have any other business or public comment, Don? Did we lose him?
No, he said no, we nodded no.
No? Okay.
I'm all right for tonight.
Very good.
You've been good.
Oh, excellent. We really appreciate you coming and sharing the information with the public. No committees that, we're just doing committees as need basis. I believe, they will be coming back on soon, maybe by March or April, we'll start having some committee meetings again and give people a chance to either have gotten the virus and become immune or have gotten vaccines to be able to start coming to meetings again.
I know the 4th of July committee has a meeting on Zoom on the 16th, and it's on our website.
So if you're interested in attending any meetings Zoom-wise, check our calendar. Otherwise, we will entertain a motion to...
Sonia? Yeah,
Sonia had something.
Carol,
Yes,
can you give
go
me
ahead, Sonia.
Hi, can you give me an update on what we're doing about the sidewalks, cleaning the sidewalks off? We haven't mentioned that for a couple meetings.
Well, I believe that it was getting cleaned, but I don't know if they can actually move that heavy snow. I don't know who that is, but I don't have a caller ID in my phone.
I know talking to Ricky, he had a plan B for that sidewalk. To clean it. Cause I asked him, I said, have you had a snow blower or anything like that? I said, we get a lot of snow, that snow blower is not gonna work.
Yeah, you can't snow blow this stuff. It's like ice.
Right. He said he had a plan B and he was all set.
You know anything, Renee?
I have not talked to them today. I did not want to call and wake them up. I'm sure they were very, very busy last night and the night before, so I expect I'll get a report tomorrow.
Patients as well. I mean, they're probably exhausted and sleeping.
Absolutely.
And similar to the last storm, they got to it.
Yep, that's
He
what I'm
told me
assuming.
he was gonna use the grader and go along with the grader and clean the sidewalk off.
The problem is if that tears up the brand new sidewalk, that's not gonna be good.
No,
So I don't wanna cut off our nose to spite our face and destroy $370,000 worth of work,
no.
because we don't have the proper equipment, and we're gonna go in August to town meeting to see if we can purchase. We drove by, Matthias, we drove by someone who was in this tractor inside a little cab and very near big wheels, and it was pushing the snow down the sidewalk, and that's what we need.
Yep.
Right, Renee?
That's right.
Something that will not destroy the sidewalk we just got built.
It'll be about 30
I'm
grand.
glad you brought that up, because I know somebody that has information on crew tractors and brand new, and I will share them with you, and I'll leave them at the office for you.
Good, because I really don't want to go ahead and have a big heavy piece of equipment try to make do and then wreck the sidewalk.
Well, I know Ricky has also been out shopping, and I think Renee has.
Ricky has, yeah,
On the tractor.
I've got quotes in my office for 2 that he's been looking at.
Yeah.
Well, if people are so concerned that we want to, I have no problem starting a special town meeting. If we have to have a special town meeting to get permission to spend money out of the designated funds to purchase the proper equipment so that we don't destroy this sidewalk, I think we should go ahead and do it. What do you think?
I'm 100% with you, and 100% behind that, and I'll tell you, I think it's a terrible thing every year we have to go borrow Dallas and Joanne's equipment to do what we have to do. I mean, Joanne and Dallas are fantastic for letting us use it. But this has been too many years, the town needs their own equipment.
I agree. The sidewalk looks nice and we'd like to take care of it and we do need the proper equipment. So if there's enough public, outcry to get it, cleared properly, then I say we go to special town meeting, Renee. And there must be something else we need a special town meeting for. There's always something. Maybe, something to do with I don't know.
Well, and the thing,
Isn't there a public, isn't there, isn't there something else we needed for special town meeting that we were putting off? Renee?
I can't think of anything.
well, the other thing is, Carol, too, is this piece of equipment is not just gonna be for snow removal on that sidewalk. It's also gonna have a sweeper with it. Every year we borrow Dallas and Joanne's tractor with a sweeper. It's gonna have other attachments. It's gonna be
The planning board. I thought the planning board had something to go in front of the town.
I don't know.
Well, think about it, and maybe next meeting we can, arrange, it's up to you if you want. I'm sure Renee would put it in what's the 10-day notice, and we'd have to put it in the paper, and how long to do a special town meeting?
I'll have to make arrangements for the school, because we don't have unless we do it out the fire bay. We don't have the
Right.
facility big enough right now.
And, by the time, that's the thing, it takes, about a month to get that all organized, and it's gonna be done with snow season. Probably we should just
Wait till August.
do our proper research and put it before the town in August and May due. But we just need to let people realize, Jason, you're good at dispersing information. You say, look, we're doing the best we can with the sidewalk, we wanna clear it, but we also don't wanna destroy it, and we're trying to, come up with how we're gonna get funds to buy the proper equipment. So,
oh yeah, no, they know we're working on it, and so yeah, I do see a couple people in a run of a week.
I know you do. There's gonna be 2, spots open on the select board coming up, Jason's and Rachel's. I'm hoping they're going to rerun, but just for your information. And papers will be out at some point, April or May, so just think about that. And any other questions, John? No? Okay. So I think, how about, I'll make a motion to adjourn. I never do that, but I will. All in favor? Okay, see you guys in a couple weeks. And Jason, I'll drop that off right now.
Okay, Carol, appreciate it. Thanks.
Okay, bye-bye, have a nice night.